it'll be a sustainable, technically air conditioning. Well, it'll provide heat and fresh air. It's also like my family. I know like we come from DR and stuff. I mean, I do have like other roots and stuff like that, but mainly DR. So we're not very quick with money right away. We have to like work pretty hard. So if I have a lot of good opportunities, especially like here in Colombia, I want to be able to like be a first generation actually coming to the school and build my own generational wealth within my family.
Something that I find important is to find like that you like your work, what you're doing. So then you're not just kind of sitting at a desk or like being bored out of your mind just because of the money. Like if I made less doing something I enjoyed, I think I would do that instead just to be happy.
So our goal is to make sure that there's no biased media and we're only speaking out the truth. I want to be something. I want to be like, oh my God, have you heard Anthony, or something like that. Like where it's not only, you just say my name and it's just, Anthony. There's actually purpose or meaning, something that you actually see. That's all I really want, to build something that everybody can see.
I wanted to pick a job that can like help people, and my parents advised me to become a doctor or something, but blood in like the human body, I don't know, it kind of like freaks me out a little bit. And I like numbers, so I wanted to see something that I could like fuse the two ideas together, and that's what I think, like investment banking, because you're kind of like helping and like advising businesses so that they can grow and become more successful.
So I'm an immigrant and my parents are immigrants, and within our community I noticed that a lot of the immigrant mothers especially, they are entirely financially dependent on their husbands and they don't have the knowledge to kind of pursue anything elsewhere. So I want to help especially people in those situations, especially because I can speak their language and come from the background, the traditions. I obviously know it. We live in a very Bengali household. And I've seen this happen all the time. My mom is financially dependent on my dad, and so are almost every other brown mom I know. And helping them kind of achieve some sort of financial independence would be a dream.
We get to have like speakers this Friday, and that we get to go outside of this program, which I find really like cool because we can like get another sense of what the neighborhood is like.
Does anyone cook at home? Do you enjoy it? My father's Cuban, and my father had an incredible work ethic, and they instilled in me that if anything I want to do, I can do on my own by working and doing well at work. The process of learning is never ending. I've made a risotto 1,000 times. Every time I make a risotto, I get better at it. So it's that learning process that's really great.
I have questions about the restaurant business.
Tell me.
So would you actually recommend culinary school to people who want to go into the restaurant business and become like a head chef or a sous chef?
Well, that's a really excellent question. I went to culinary school.
What school?
Johnson & Wales.
I want to go to that school as well.
I want to be a private chef, and I know that would basically be me being an entrepreneur. I want to have the skills I can get from business school before even touching that industry. I would have the skills that normally that you would have to hire somebody for. Normally, they go, oh yeah, I went to business school and did this and that and third. I'd be like, well, I don't need you. I went to business school. I went to culinary school. I'm fully capable of running this on my own, or I wouldn't need as much as a big team to run my business.
Thank you so much, Ann. And tell your parents great job.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1 is Brooklyn.
Yes.
Number 2 is who?
Manhattan.
Help me understand how many.
Listen.
Wait, are you saying Manhattan including Harlem? Because Harlem, we don't include Harlem in Manhattan. I had a manager at 15 years old. Oh, that's a trial. Being black is a trial as well, is it not? Being a woman in today's society, is it not a trial? So taking those trials, and I always use this adage in terms of life or trials are the manure of life. Trials are the manure of life. It stinks, but they use manure to flourish. Do you think I am a successful entrepreneur?
No.
Anthony said no, quick. And I came back with a question, do you think I'm a happy entrepreneur?
No.
No.
Maybe.
And we had a maybe. Well, we can't switch Anthony from no to maybe.
No.
There's a reason why. I mean,
I'll take
what do you
the no.
define as success? It's your own definition of successful. What?
Perfect. Anthony, you're going places.
I say no.
You say no.
As being like happy and successful. As being like satisfied. I say no. I feel like as an entrepreneur, you're always gonna want more for your business. So there really isn't no such thing as being like satisfied. Take it, 100%.
I had a vision. I knew I wanted to get my MBA from Columbia. I am here now because I had a vision and I planned towards it and I stuck to that plan.
I have siblings, right? They said I try to plan out something, but in my mind, I would be like, I would strive for it and I would definitely get it. And then like they don't want to be like, oh no, like you're not gonna be able to do this. It's impossible. You're not capable of doing it. Like
keep that self-assuredness. Know that like you are divinely and amazingly made, and that you are set out for great things, and go and do those great things. And if someone's telling you that you can't do great things, don't believe them, because you can do great things. I also am an entrepreneur myself. I have a business. It's called Career Matchmaker, and it helps people to find and do work that they love.